Starting university is daunting. There are so many unknowns: which classes to take, how to enroll in classes, which textbooks you need to purchase to take those classes, where to get your student card, how to find your classrooms, and you don't know the people there. I didn't even know where to park. I remember it being overwhelming, especially since I had just joined the women's basketball team 3 weeks before classes started. It was a steep learning curve, learning to balance classes, studying, basketball practice, traveling for games, and working. I felt like I was drowning and had no hope of keeping up. Then, all of a sudden, the semester was over and it was winter break, and the next semester began with some of the same unknowns, but at least I was getting more familiar with the campus, could locate the important buildings, and it was also the semester I discovered the Science Center, which proved to be a very valuable resource for the rest of my time at UFE. After a bit of a hectic first year, I learned to schedule classes and work around my basketball training and travel schedule. I made use of the many tools and programs available to me as a student and an athlete, which included taking advantage of opportunities that came up, like working in the biology research lab with Dr. Lee, going on the summer biology study tour, and getting to travel to India with my basketball team. I also found that these things helped, like making friends with my classmates, getting to know my professors, overcoming fears of asking for help, attending supported learning groups when available, reaching out to tutors, and bonding with my teammates and coaches. All these things led to an increased sense of community and support. My second year was especially tough, but it made me fully appreciate the community and care around me. I got a crazy eye infection, which led to a cancer scare and escalated right around the final weeks of semester. The amount of support and concern from my professors, who all moved exams and deadlines to accommodate me, the amount of care and check-ins with my classmates and teammates, who all ensured that I was feeling loved and in their thoughts and prayers. Moving forward, I knew I had this support system, so no trial was too difficult to overcome. I have grown as a student and classmate, as an athlete and teammate, and as an individual in my community. I have learned the importance of perseverance, dedication, hard work, and sacrifice in developing skills and relationships. I am leaving UFE as a stronger person, appreciative of the community here at UFE and in the greater community of Abbotsford. I am excited to be venturing forth onto bigger things, taking with me the skills and education that I have obtained as I further my academic journey at UBC this fall. I will be actualizing my dream of becoming a medical doctor. We are unique classes, both 2020 and 2021, having learned to adapt to online learning due to the pandemic, which I'm sure we are all getting tired of hearing. I think it's important to note, though, that for many, if not all of us, the transition was tough, and your perseverance to be graduating here today is a huge accomplishment. Completing a degree is an incredible achievement regardless of the mode of learning. As Cascades athletes have heard time and time again, we learn to love the grind because, in the end, being a Cascade means we climb and we conquer. So a final time, congratulations to each and every one of the graduates from the classes of 2020 and 2021, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Hi everyone, I'm Tarisha Mitchell, and I'm graduating from the Bachelor of Integrated Studies program here at UFE. I am honored to represent my fellow graduates of 2020 and 2021. Congratulations, grads, we did it. We all walked our own unique academic paths, and we should all be very proud of ourselves. I know I'm feeling a deep sense of pride, relief, and joy. But okay, maybe a lot of relief. I started my academic journey over 7 years ago as a single mother of 3, working part-time in customer service for that minimum wage. I had to overcome many financial and personal challenges, but the greatest obstacle I overcame was self-doubt. Oh man, that self-doubt can really send a person into a mid-semester panic attack or final exam tailspin. Am I right? But just when I thought I wouldn't make it through, couldn't write another word, or read another chapter, I did. With the tremendous support of my family, especially my 3 fun-loving and kind children, Chloe, Alicia, and Maximus, I worked through the obstacles that self-doubt told me I could not. At the start of my UFE journey, I thought, hey, why not try some high school upgrading and then a certificate program? I can do a certificate program because that is what I am capable of. I never saw myself as the university type. I thought of people who went to university as students who excelled in their studies, and the university itself as an exclusive institution that only accepted those capable of achieving academic excellence. In my first year, at the start of my journey, I knew with certainty that I was not capable of academic excellence. By the end of my second year, after being accepted into the diploma program, I started to question whether or not my perception of self was accurate. I was still plagued with self-doubt, but I began to question and rail against it. It wasn't attaining A's or A pluses that gave me this new confidence. It was my ability to struggle through the courses that challenged me. I showed up, even when I wanted to give up. Those were the moments where I started to change what I saw in myself. Even better, I was engaged in coursework and subject matter that challenged my worldviews and forced me to think introspectively. I began to finally settle in at UFE and into my degree program. More importantly, I came to realize that academic excellence is not merely defined by good grades and a high GPA. Academic excellence is, in my perspective, the tenacious pursuit of higher learning with whatever tools each of us has in our toolbox. We are unique individuals. We have unique abilities, unique advantages and barriers or challenges. So for each of us, the definition of academic excellence will be different, but still very real for all of us. Just as we have grown academically and professionally through schooling, we have also grown personally. I have experienced dramatic personal growth over the years. And in particular, my relationship with my eldest daughter, Alicia, who is a young First Nation, Interior Salish woman, has grown into something even more beautiful as I've watched and learned from her. She has become more secure in her own identity, and I admit, I knew very little of my daughter's heritage and culture. In particular, about the unknown and unheard truths of many Indigenous people. Over the past 7 years, my understanding of Indigenous peoples, communities, histories, and truths has expanded beyond belief. And I feel so lucky to have learned from not only my daughter, but my peers as well, to know that I stand on the unceded territories of the Stalo peoples. To know that there is always more to learn from ourselves, about our relationships, and about the land on which we live. Many grads will be familiar with the term C's get degrees. I know, right? Not something you would normally hear a university grad saying during a commencement speech. But this term has been my solace. It's used as an encouragement among students when we feel overwhelmed. This saying is not a celebration of slacking off or of mediocrity. In fact, it just reminds us it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay for us to fail. It's okay. But I don't mean literally fail classes. But I have to admit, I've done that one too. And life is going to be like this as well. We will have great success, and we will likewise experience failure, and that is okay. I know, without a doubt, that every graduate here has chosen the path of perseverance in the face of seemingly insurmountable tasks or journeys. That's what we take away. Regardless of program or specialty, we have pushed forward through tough times. Through weeks where assignment seemed endless, sleep seemed foreign, and relaxation totally unattainable. This ability to persevere will follow you through life, through internships, new jobs, through career changes, relocations, relationships, and even parenthood if you so choose it. To be a graduate is to intimately know perseverance. Yes, for me, balancing family, university, and work was not easy, but not more challenging than what many of you have faced during your time here at UFE. Maybe you are graduating after working through anxiety or mental illness, or if you struggled with accepting and embracing your identity. Or perhaps you faced racism or hate in your very own community or online. Maybe you carried the weight of stigma, shame, or trauma, but you still showed up for you. You all worked your way to this amazing achievement. I celebrate your absolute triumph, and I am overjoyed that you represent the future. Thank you to the UFE faculty and staff, specifically Renee Prasad, Shelley Hayes, and my wonderful advisor, Kalwant Gill. Thank you to the generous bursary and scholarship donors who have provided financial relief and encouragement to many of us over the years. I want to send a huge shout out of love and gratitude to my family. And lastly, I want to once again congratulate our UFE graduates of 2020 and 2021. Thank you.
As I reflect back on my time at UFE, I'm only reminded of home. I think about the times when the mountainous views were the backyard of our campus, when we struggled to find parking for our 8 a.m. class, but somehow still grabbed a coffee right before class. I miss how we were able to meet each other every week in person. In my first year, I would have never guessed that UFE would hold such a large space in my heart, let alone become like home to me. As the daughter of immigrants, being provided the opportunity to study at an institution like UFE was a privilege. My parents left their homeland to provide opportunities for their children abroad. They juggled multiple jobs to provide a roof over our heads, food on the table, and provided an education that I would cherish for a lifetime. I remember walking into campus with fears of where my classroom would be located and whether I would make meaningful connections that would last as long as my degree. Luckily, these thoughts turned out to be the least of my worries. Learning to step out of my comfort zone and learn new study habits, learning to navigate a new campus, writing multiple papers, taking exams, and completing those bittersweet group projects. Although this 5-year journey was difficult, there is beauty in the struggle. Attending an institution like UFE allowed many of us to learn in a nurturing environment where our professors were dedicated to our success. We were able to make meaningful connections along the way and walk out of our newfound home with an abundance of knowledge. This will allow many of us to make an impact in our communities. The impact we can have as graduates will always grow from our roots here at UFE. I learned that these connections, these friendships, are what make attending UFE so powerful. Our classes brought us together. We met people who made our journey so special. So, to you, my family on campus, especially the Kin family, thank you for making my experience at UFE so incredible. We were lucky as students to have the best faculty to support us. They always knew how to prepare us for success, sometimes with knowledge, sometimes with big treats that helped reduce exam stress. Some gave words of wisdom that we carry beyond the classroom. Thank you to all my teachers. You have such impact beyond our education. You have influenced us as people. Thank you for truly teaching us how to push our practice by doing good in the world around us through the abundance of knowledge and skills we have gained. This journey was anything but easy. The pressure to succeed, combined with school and overall mental battles of anxiety, were real. The support of my family helped me overcome these barriers to success. We all have people who helped us. Thank you to my brother and sister who were my biggest cheerleaders throughout my degree. They instilled a confidence in me that I never knew existed. I would also like to thank my mom and dad. Thank you for believing in me, supporting me, and really being there for me through the highs and lows. Let's talk about lows for a minute. COVID-19. We completed our degrees online and closed this chapter of our lives in the most unconventional and unpredictable way possible due to the pandemic. We learned to adapt our learning styles to truly succeed within this strange environment. We learned to navigate our lives through the uncertainty we faced. We are prepared for what is to come. As UFE graduates of 2020 and 2021, we are a special two classes. We have been prepared to adapt in order to achieve. We have been taught that despite the uncertainty, we can still overcome. We can reach our dream no matter what barriers are in our way. Somehow, we have learned to find the beauty in the struggle. In the words of my favorite musician, Jermaine Cole, we all have dreams and we have the right to chase them. So I encourage you, class of 2020 and 2021, to chase your dreams and never stop chasing because those dreams will make you go far. Thank you and good luck.